Today what we need to do is we need to find some of the best flowers to be planting for the month of June because it's hot, it's sunny, it's humid, and some of my flowers from earlier this year, they're starting to fade out. But that's okay because that means we can start putting in flowers that love this time of year. And there are some really great options today. So if you're looking for some ideas and inspirations for the month of June, this is gonna be the video for you. First, start out front. There's a lot of options up here, but I'm gonna start in the shadier areas because it's like really sunny out. But that doesn't mean there aren't a lot of options that are sunny. They're just in the shade right now, so let's take advantage. First up, it's a perennial for us down here in Florida, but if you live in a zone 9, 10, 11, this is a great choice for this time of year, and it's pentas. And there are so many colors right now that you can choose from. We got light pink, we got white, we've got this like purpley fuchsia, we've got this paler, what do you call this, lavender purple. And I love a penta, and so do the bees and the butterflies. I currently have a red in my garden. Now these get like what, let's say 2-3 feet tall, and you can cut them back and prune them for your garden. But this is a great staple kind of base plant that's gonna bloom pretty much all of the year. I'm really liking it. I've been digging it lately, and I'll tell you, the one that likes it the most right now is the Gulf fritillary butterfly. I see lots of bees on them, but the little orange Gulf fritillary butterflies, I keep seeing them all over my pentas in my garden, especially around like 10 a.m. once they've heated up, like the nectar's heated up in them, they're all over them. Next up we have Vinkas, and we're gonna see like a lot of different colors and Vinca options. They kind of have them like spread around, so we got like Vinkas there, Vinkas here, there's little Vinkas somewhere else I saw. Here's a nice little, if you're looking for like a burst of colors to mix for preparation of 4th of July. I feel like this is giving 4th of July vibes, even though I know this is purple, but it still gives me like kind of the, because it's hard to get blue, you know, in flowers. So this gives a little bit of a 4th of July vibe, I feel like. And I know you might be thinking like, why not in July? Well, hey, you want to plant them in June so they're like nice and in a good spot for 4th of July since it's so early in the season. But they have these trays so that they can actually, let's see, you can get like a 3x4. So you get 12 plants. And then you can plant them all across a singular bed and get that 4th of July vibe. Does this give you guys 4th of July vibes, or is it just me? Here's another set of Vinca trays where we've got kind of more of like the pale purples. This is very pretty. It definitely gives spring vibes, and technically June is still part of spring. So having kind of these pale purples and whites, I feel like keep you in more of that spring. We're not in the tropical colors necessarily, though I feel like these could pair really nicely with tropical colors and kind of give you some different levels of colors, because sometimes having everything be so vibrant and bright can be, it's just too much of the same. So maybe adding some of this, especially like these pinks. I feel like these pinks, when paired with certain things, like it definitely will give you that tropical vibe, especially like these fuchsias. So maybe we want to go more this way with the Vinkas. You can see it over here. It's the marigolds. It's my vegetable garden's favorite flower to plant. It's probably between that and zinnias, I feel like. But they still have lots of marigolds, and it is still a time for marigolds. And I feel like these are cute. They're growing on me. Definitely growing on me. The more I stare at them at each season, I'm like, well, you know, they're not so bad. I'm just not a big marigold person. Are you? Do you like marigolds? You can grow them now. You can still grow them. I think it's because from my vegetable side of my garden, just because everyone's always like, you have to plant marigolds and zinnias and cosmos. I feel like that's the big three. Cosmos? Yeah. Those are the big three over on the vegetable side. Everyone wants to plant them. But I don't know. They're slowly growing on me from like a flower perspective. I'll think about it. But you could think about it too. I feel like it's it feels very vibrant. It's definitely giving summer. It's definitely giving, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of the movie Coco, just because, you know, they use a lot of marigolds as part of their traditions and culture. So still not for me, not yet. Maybe next year, who knows. Here we have Sunpatiens, definitely Sunpatiens. We want kind of just those masses of color. I planted a bunch in my garden, and the sun is so intense. I think they just need a breakup of rain, which hopefully is on the horizon soon. I see it on the schedule. It keeps getting pushed back though. But we have some of these kind of, do they look red to you guys, or do they look orange? Because I would say they're like orange, very vibrant orange. We got white, and we got this purpley color, which I feel like that one says it's stressed, and that's probably where you're gonna end up if you got nice healthy soil. And remember, the Sunpatiens aren't impatiens. These are ones that are kind of tropical. You can tell difference by their pointier leaves. And yes, they like Full sun. I don't like full sun right now, but hey, something's gonna like it. Let's have them in there. And then right here we have Mexican heather. This is kind of one of those perennial plants that you put in and it flowers throughout pretty much most of the year, and you can see the bees do really like it. I feel like bees will tend to like the little flowers. And then here we have the tiny Vinkas. So we saw the big Vinkas over there, and I think we're gonna see some more as we're going around, but here's the tiny Vinkas. I'm pretty partial to these. I think this is super cute. I think this is super cute and a cute little combination. Part of me wants to buy it. That just looks like there's grass in there. But yeah, which one would you pick? Would you pick the pink, the purple, or are you picking both? I don't know. We have a pot that we gotta take some stuff out of because it's just grown. It's back when I wasn't as restrained, you know, and so it's kind of, we gotta take some stuff out. There's a couple pots that I'm like gonna take some stuff out. One up front, one in the back. And then the winter planting that was up front kind of by my desert rose, which you'll see later when we pick stuff out. That stuff's, it's done. And so we're gonna flip to something that likes the sun right now, because those plants are kind of going like, meh. They're alive, they're not thriving, and I'm okay. And one of the things that, you know, when you think about different beds, and this is how I've been thinking about it, is like which beds are more like supposed to be perennial, they're supposed to last that way for a really long time, and which ones are the beds like I just want to flip and have fun with. And this area is one of the areas I said like, no, I'm gonna flip this one multiple times throughout the year. And so even though probably I could get the plants through and have them continue to survive, it's in one of the spaces I said, nah, this is one of the spaces we're flipping. So I'm okay if they just come out. And when I think about one of the pots, this is one of the ones I'm thinking like maybe something like this. I have a native Stokes aster in that pot, and the other thing I had in it is definitely like not happy. So I was thinking like, could I pair the Stokes with this, or do I just like go purple with purple? This kind of feels like it'd be really cute. Is this a trailing? But I don't need like a whole 6, like that's like a big old pack of it. I probably need like 1 or 2. Here we have blue days. I feel like a lot of people, perennial plant you can have in your garden. It blooms pretty much all year in my zone 10. If any of you guys have it, let me know if it's different for you all. But it seems to be becoming very happy blue. I see it in my neighbor's yards. It's very happy there. Here we have lantanas. I know a lot of people like the lantanas. As I've mentioned before, this is technically invasive to my home state. If you don't live in my home state, it might not be invasive for you, but it is invasive here. It looks like these are sterile versions, so they're like not great, but they're not as bad necessarily. And the way I can tell they're sterile, I have a whole video if you ever want to watch it that explains exactly how you can see if it's a sterile or non-sterile version. But remember, we do have native lantanas that you can add to your garden. We have 2 native lantanas. One that is a low shrub called Lantana depressa, variation depressa. That sounds very depressing, but it's not. It's yellow and it's cute. And then we have Lantana, it's also, I'm blanking. I want to say it's like Lantana invulcra. I'm gonna mess it up. I'll probably put it on the screen right here, but it also goes by button sage bushes. They're really cute. So something. Well, we looked at these last month. These are phlox. I saw over in the other area there's some other colors, but these are really pretty. These aren't our native phloxes. Our native phloxes are a low growing ground cover. So these are non-native to my home state, but they're really cute. I know there's native phloxes that are like further north, like North Carolina, that get tall, more like this. Don't look exactly like this, but they're kind of like this. This is very cute. This is giving very still that English cottage garden. And I feel like if you added this with it, this reminds me of our native lizard tails. This is Ronica Blue Speedwell. Ooh, that's cute. This is cute. How big does this get? What's an upright perennial? Comes back year after year. Ooh, and I feel like, I don't know, what do you guys feel like with our melopodium? This is giving a very cute spring garden. Ooh, I want to think about something like this. I don't know if phlox is this the right time of year for them. And I don't know much about this. I'd have to do a little bit of Googling, some fast Googling to see. This is very cute. I feel like this is a very cute combo. Lots of ready to go Sunpatiens for y'all. And then we've got sages, and you can see these sages are not new sages. So for those of you who've already planted sages, see how they've already pruned them and now they're coming back. You can do that with your sages. So if they're starting to get leggy and kind of like, just give them a nice little haircut and look at them. They're bouncing back, and then they're put up more stalks. Because wherever you prune it, I don't know if you guys can see, you're gonna get like 2 to 3 new stems. So that's cool. And then we still have Gara, that's cute, and our daisies. They don't look as cute as they were a few months ago. Dianthus, oh, also looks like they gave it a pretty hard prune. Yep. Lantana, Morgara. Ooh, it's that time of year where if you want to think about canna lilies, there's actually a native canna lily, fun fact. You're not going to find it at Lowe's or Home Depot, but there is a native one. But this is a really good one. This is cute. This is more, I feel like, a perennial. This wouldn't be good for me for our annual beds because, right, I want to be flipping them. But if you had a space I wasn't flipping and it's like very tropical looking, I feel like canna lilies. And I am such a sucker for like a dark leaf with a red, like a vibrant red flower, which, it's like, rah. I don't know, it makes me want to get like all those ferns that are back behind my vegetable garden. I kind of want to just like take it all out and like do more fun, pretty stuff. I think we're hitting more perennial plants, so we're going to start moving away from those. Yeah, because that's plumbago. What is that plant? Buttercup. Is it tropical buttercup? Yeah, I mean, it looks like a shrub. That's definitely a shrub, which is the plumbago. And then we have Angelonia, which we already added last month. And I gave it a nice little haircut, my little Angelonia. So I don't need to add any more of that. Coreopsis, you can still add Coreopsis. This is actually what's got to come out. I put 3 of these plus a butterfly bush in a pot. And they look good, but now they're too big. And that's what's going to have to come out just because it's too much. It's too much for one pot. Now that they're the size that they are. If I got one of these now, I feel like it would be the right size for that pot. And part of me wants to do it because I really do like the look of it with like the other stuff that I put in the area. But I already had it, so I feel like I feel like I should change it out, you know? Because the butterflies, like I feel like the monarchs in the backyard garden, they've really been liking this Coreopsis. They don't really have a lot of native options. Up front, they got like a lot of options, but I feel like that would be a really good option. Oh, and if you want an example of it looking bigger, there's some over here. I feel like this is a really cute combo. So that's the non-native Lantana. This is, I think, a combination of Lantana depressa, which is our native, and Lantana montividensis, which is an invasive. So that's a no for me. But we got the Angelonia, the Gara. But I do really like that color combo, and I feel like if you had it with that Coreopsis, like look at that, the Gara, the Angelonia, the Coreopsis, I feel like that is like a really pretty combo, and I want to make note of that for next year. I'm gonna take like a picture of it so that next year I can kind of remember that combo because I like that. I think it's like, that's too much for those pots, but I'm like sitting here being like, oh, it's too small of a pot. And like, they've got more shoved into that pot. And it's like a third of the size of the one that I got to pull stuff out of. So go figure. Okay, more Vinkas, just different colors. We're gonna just hit more colors. And then they got little trays. So if you don't want as much and you want to get it started, got some little trays, and it's all kind of that pink color. I feel like that's like a super common color for Vinkas, maybe very popular. Let's see, is this is a, I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, Mandevilla. This is a vine, so we're not getting into that. Vinkas, ooh, it's like a petunia daisy combo. That's pretty. I'm not vibing with that for June. We need something else. Those are so pretty. Okay, I think we've hit most of this. Oh yeah, there's better versions of this over inside, or there's more of it, which is, this is moss rose. I'm thinking about this. So this is also known as purslane. There are edible purslanes, but you can see the bees are loving it. Wow, they're kind of loud. It's just pretty. It's a succulent plant, so the leaves are a little bit thicker so they can retain water a little bit better. They are definitely a full sun. Oh, 6-pack, $10. Hey, hey, hey. And they come in, they have a few different colors I've seen here. So they've got this, which I don't know what you want to call this. It's like pinky, peachy with the yellow center. I like love this color. This is like, ugh. And then this fuchsia with it, I just feel like, and they had like a buttercup yellow. I'll show you later inside. Very pretty. I'm kind of thinking the area where I got to pull out some ground cover plants. I'm kind of thinking I might put this in. It's like by my desert rose, which has got like that pink. And I feel like putting this in right around it might be really, really pretty and kind of mix up, because we'll have the red pentas and then like these. So this is purslane, also called moss rose. You'll see kind of by both names. And there's just more of it. Oh, this one's like a little bit more, ooh, look at that. That's like a little bit more peachy. That one's a little bit more pinky. I love it. Ah, I love these colors. We're gonna keep it moving because I got a lot to show you. Oh, here's like, what are these? Is this Vinkas? Oh, trailing Vinkas. That's pretty. There's some butterfly bushes, but that's bushes. Oh, here's like the red pentas I have, so you can kind of want to imagine. But also if you're thinking about, remember we said like 4th of July is coming up, so you got red and white. I guess the grass kind of gives like a blue feel. It's giving very like sparklers. That's kind of cute. So that might be like a ready, set, go for 4th of July. Oh, they actually do have some red, white, blue with, I forget what that little blue one's called, but that's cute. It looks like we got a verbena, a petunia, which both of those are kind of not the right season for, but okay. Let's see what else we got. More red, white, and blue, same thing. Sunpatiens, wow, they got a lot of Sunpatiens crammed in this pot. I would not want to buy this pot because I feel like that's going to die in like 3 weeks. More Vinkas, different colors. I think this is more the trailing Vinka. Yeah, those are pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Ready, set, go. And then Dianthus. You guys told me, you said it can keep going, Jacqueline. Don't be all downer on it, and you're right. I will 1000% admit when I am wrong. And then we just have more Vinkas. Vinkas of all sorts of colors. We have, like, these are kind of reddy, pinky ones and white ones. And, oh, we got, like, the puff type of marigold. I don't know if there's anything worth seeing back here. It's just more kind of different color Vinkas. I mean, I guess it is worth seeing because they're pretty colors. But Vinkas and some patients of different colors back here. So I'm going to take you now inside and we're going to go look at some of the options that we have in there. And you've noticed I've been skipping things like there's hibiscus plants and palms and all sorts of, it kind of goes back to that whole, they're perennials, so I won't necessarily highlight them. Oh wait, I did miss a section. Oopsies. Okay, hold on, let me show you guys this. Okay, more Vinkas, different color combos. This is very pretty. This feels like Mother's Day to me. You? Maybe? Hi, Bumblebee. That's very pretty. Those Gerber daisies to me look stressed. Is it just me? Is it you? If you have Gerber daisies and they're out in the sun, how are they handling it? Ooh, look, it's the calabrosas that we did last month, plus some verbenas. That's pretty. I like that. That's cute. Over here, Vinkas. Mexican heather. Oh, shrimp plant. What do they call it? Orange marmalade firecracker or something. Okay. Shrimp plant. There is a green version of this. It's invasive. This is not invasive. But I will tell you, hummingbirds like that one. I've seen that before. Gerber daisies and that plant that reminds me of our native brown savory, but I forget what it's called. Okay, I think that's kind of it on this side. More Vinkas, 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 Vinkas. Where it was like petunias a few months ago, now it's all Vinkas. Coleus. Yes. I'm sorry, I keep missing this one. This is the intentionally, unintentionally, I don't know. This is a tropical milkweed. I do not recommend growing this. There's a lot of controversy around this one. I have a video about it. I go way more in depth into like kind of it's called The Trouble of Tropical Milkweed. It's not meant to make anyone feel bad, but just kind of give you the kind of most up-to-date information about tropical milkweed. If you have the option to get native milkweed, always get native milkweed. And avoid this one because it is helping spread OE to our butterfly population, which is a parasite. So, and be very wary. Oh, it says scarlet milkweed, whatever. They keep relabeling it. It's the same plant. It's Asclepsia curavasica. Sometimes it'll say butterfly weed, but just if you look at the scientific name, it's typically correct, though I have found, and other people in the native plant community have found, that they've mislabeled these as Asclepsia tuberosa, but they are not, which is our native milkweed. So it's controversial. It's technically the time of year. Any of our native milkweeds, it's the time of year. So if I had a choice, which I did have a choice the other day, I think it was like, what, 3 weeks ago? I planted our native swan milkweed. So that's what I would recommend this time of year, not the tropical milkweed. Oh, these little calabrosha pots. These are cute. Those are really cute. More Sunpatiens. Oh, that's a cute combo. Look at that begonia blue days. I like that. Oh, and now we're getting into more of the, it's not a flower, but it gives us texture and color. So we got caladiums, different color caladiums. These always to me just feel like Christmas, even though they probably do way better this time of year than they would ever at Christmas. I feel like this is very much a summer plant. Right, Christmas vibes, right? But that's very cool. Like literally, it looks cool and white. It's nice. And then here's one with a little bit of pink in it. That's very cute. And then we have our sweet potatoes, not edible, but decorative sweet potatoes. So if you want to just add different textures and colors into your garden, you have that. What is this called? To me, it's just like Moneywort, okay. It looks like brown savory. There's a native plant that looks, they have a very like growth pattern, leaf structure. Let me see. It does not smell minty. The native one smells minty, 1000%, and it has little tiny flowers on it. It goes nutty in the winter time here. Asparagus fern, if I remember right, this is invasive. I see like even's popping up in my yard. Sunpatiens, Gerber daisies. Just like so many of them are looking a little like they're not happy. Maybe they need to be in semi-shade this time of year. And that's one of the things is I would say a lot of the quote unquote warm weather flowers that we were looking at a couple months ago, like they can still be grown at this time of year, but now they move from full sun to like semi-shade, which if you can't move them, like then they might die out. But what I've read up is that that's how kind of, if you are still able to get them, like if you have them in pots, like hanging pots, you just move them more shady locations. Because man, it's brutal right now. It's hot. All right, more Sunpatiens, so many. Blue days, little pentas, love a penta on a deal. That's Lantana monvididensis, that's one of the invasive types. Begonias. Begonias would be ones that I would be planting in semi-shade right now. And then we have impatiens, more begonias, in trays, Vinkas, marigolds, really pretty. So we got a lot of options. Oh, there's those Torinias on the other side. Coleuses, zinnias, cute, 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 cute. It's like the world of houseplants right here. I feel like this is all the houseplant people. They go nutty over it, and these are all plants that can grow in like your landscaping here in Florida. People always ask me about houseplants, and I'm always like, I have no interest. They're just landscaping plants to me. What else do we have? More coleuses. Here's the Torinias. Those look really pretty. I know a lot of you guys gave me a lot of great feedback on the Torinias. And then begonias. I don't have a shady place to put these, so these will be a no for me, but maybe you. Lots of Vinkas, different colors, the daisies, phlox, lantanas, and they still have those red sages from last month. Let's see what else. I'm trying to see what's different. They still have some dahlias. I'm gonna guess those are semi-shade at this point. Mine are getting a little bit of shade from mulberry. I've been pruning them. They haven't done their second bloom. I'm guessing they're waiting for the clouds and the rain. Coreopsis, phloxes, petunias. What was that one again? The balloon flower. We have the grasses, Dracaena, more Coreopsis. Okay, here's where I really wanted to show you. Look at these moss roses. I feel like this is like one of the prettiest sections. Look at that orange, that yellow, that fuchsia. I really want to kind of do this in a pot in the back because I feel like it's so pretty. So I think that's where I might end up. Roses. And that doesn't look like anything too different over here. It's kind of more of the same stuff. So for me, I'm gonna grab a cart. I'm gonna get ready to grab some flowers, and I guess we'll meet back up at the house. And we're back. We made it back to the house. It's actually been a few hours. I had to go do a bunch of stuff, and now it's back. And I have the flowers here. Some of them are closed up because it's a little bit later in the day, and that was intentional because now this is in shade and I'm not gonna be in blazing hot sun all day while I try to dig. So let me show you what I got. I kind of had a plan, and then the heat, the sun, that's what I'm gonna tell Ben. The heat and the sun got to me, and then I bought more flowers, and I'm not really 100% sure what I'm gonna do with all the flowers. So I just got them. I'm gonna show you what I got. I bought all these. I think it's gonna be no surprise that I bought the moss roses, the purslane, these fuchsia ones, and then I did get the peachy pinky ones. They've all closed up because it's a little bit later in the day, and I actually got back from the store and I just put them in the garage. So they've been in the dark, so they probably closed up thinking like it's nighttime, but it's not nighttime. It's just I didn't want to leave them out in the sun, and I was in a rush. Okay, and then I did get these little pink Vinkas and the little purple Vinkas. I thought these were such a cute combination. I was just like, I feel like this needs to be a thing. And then I had, okay, so yes, this is more purslane. I kept thinking that I was going to just take this one pot apart up front, and then I'll do this, and then I don't know if I have like a fever or something from the sun. I don't know. I just like stuff was happening too fast and I'm not really sure. And then I bought another Coreopsis. I guess this is the problem with not having a plan. I don't even know which pots I'm taking apart at this point. Let me show you what's going on out here, because like we are in the drought season. Like it is drought and stuff is like shifting so fast. So like originally when I planned on doing this, I had planned on taking a pot. Let me show you. Okay, so our pot with the angelonias and the calabrosas looks really good. And all that's happened really is I've pruned it and now it's resetting flowers. So that's cool. Like that's fine. Nothing's wrong there. This I have been seeing was happening. And I just figured, you know, these coreopsis and the butterfly bush, like this is too much for the pot that they're in. This just needs to be reset. But then also over here, the Sunpatiens and the calanchos, I don't know if it's just because like it's too much. I have to do more research on calanchos. Just to kind of see. The plant overall looks pretty healthy down here, so I just don't know if I need to like prune it and then it can reset flowers, kind of like what I did with the angelonias. So I don't know. So I was like, okay, well, I'll take this apart. And these coreopsis, they're not dead. Actually, like nothing's technically dead yet. But I was like, oh, I could, you know, refresh them, revive them, and just move them out into kind of like what we did with the white begonias. I can move them just into a different area that's bigger. So that could be an option, you know, just do something. And honestly, here's a bigger area. It's the vegetable garden. Honestly, all that's going to happen now with these is just this is going to become a big bush, this is going to be a big bush, and this is going to be a big bush, but there's going to be space around. So it's like I could shove some flowers in if I wanted to. Over here, the Dusty Millers, they're still going. They look very frosty, even though it's not very frosty. And then our Snapdragon, I pruned it. It was looking really good, but I don't know what's happened. It was like 2 days ago. It looked totally fine. And now it looks like a little unhappy, but it seems like there's fresh growth. I don't know if it's just like everyone is like, ugh, tomorrow the sprinklers run. So, and then over here, the dahlia, I pruned it, you know, and it's also looking dry and sad. And I cleaned up the ageratums and I think it's just everyone's dry sad. And this was alive the other day. I don't know what happened here. Like I literally was out here like 2 days ago and I was just cleaning up these beds and this was all fine, and now all of a sudden it's not fine. And I think that's just really the sun intensity. We have no cloud cover, like it's just right now. So what I definitely feel like I'm going to do is pull apart this pot, but I keep going back and forth on what am I going to do with these other coreopsises. I was thinking I could grab some of the trays and just put water at the base and let them just like rehydrate, just throw them in pots. I don't know, or not, I don't know. It's one of those days where I'm like really, we're at the intersection of the time of year, you know, if you're a parent or, you know, guardian, like we're at that time of year where like all this stuff is happening with the kids. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but like enjoy this adventure. Feel free to put in the comments all your thoughts. If I do it differently than your thoughts, like give me the ideas. It's okay. Like I'm totally okay just redoing some of this anyways. I definitely think the Vinkas should go up front, but then I was like, I don't know. Okay, so this is why I was like, my brain was all over the place when I was near leaving. So what I was really thinking is like, hey, take all the things out and just let the coreopsis be in the one pot, and just because that's like the right size. And then I was like, oh, well, you could just take some of these cute little Vinkas and like add it. It would be like a nice pop of color. And I was like, you could do the purples, but then I was like, they got the purple angelonia. And I was like, okay, it's pink, and that'd be cute, but there's like, I don't know, so maybe. And then I was like, oh, you could do this moss rose thing where you do like the center with the fuchsia one and the three on the outside with the pinks. I really have no clue what I'm doing at this point. So I think the majority of the moss rose should just go up front. It'll be by the desert rose, which is very vibrant and very pink and very tropical, and there's Sunpatiens up there, and I feel like that can all go up there. And I think what we're gonna do is we'll do a little like a Vinka coreopsis moment. And again, I'll put way too much stuff in because I think these need to be, what do they say? I looked at the spacing. Where is it? Where is it? No! Do not drop. Come over here. Where's the spacing? Here we go. 10 to 14 inches wide. Yes. So, I mean, these are probably cramming a little bit in, these little guys, but which color would you pick? Would you do the coreopsis with the pink? I kind of like that. Or are you doing the coreopsis with the purple? I feel like the Angelonia is already putting the purple in, and I was kind of originally thinking of putting some of these with, what's it called? Stokes Aster up front. It's like gonna be a purple moment. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing front these days. Okay, so I think we're gonna take these. We're gonna take like, we'll do the triangle thing. We'll do like 3 of these. one coreopsis, and bing, bang, boom. I'm gonna take these pots out here that are left over from last month's project. Shh, don't judge. Okay, you can judge. But I'll use these to grab these coreopsis out, and we'll see if we can revive them. The butterfly bush, it's gonna be too big if it gets big. I don't know what it's gonna do. And I think someone mentioned it was invasive. I don't know. So we're just gonna take this all out. And then we're gonna put a coreopsis in the middle and some little Vinkas around it. And I think it'll be cute. Dry. It's dry. If you were wondering, is it dry? It's dry. But I think if I take these guys and I just like, you know, kind of like what they always do with the house plants, and they just like put them in a bowl of water. Oh, do not set it on top of the okra. Let's not do that. That would be a very bad idea. I'm gonna just totally take this guy out because, oh, look at that root system. I just wouldn't even know where to put this at this point. I tried to do a thing there. It was a little too much. Ooh, that's a lot of soil. Oh, that's too much. Okay. So we got these guys. And this soil is like drier than dry. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna go get the hose and start like just getting this back. You know, the thing is there's supposed to be rain later this week. Oh, I hope we're heading into the rainy season because like so many plants are just like crying right now for water. It's like everybody. Just gonna let this do its thing. So I think what I'll do is we're gonna do, okay, so we're gonna just like, oops, I guess set you like here for the moment. And we're just gonna put these guys on here and let them just absorb water. But I think we can get them back. I think if I can get them in the right spot, we can get these guys back. But I think they need to go in ground. Just put them somewhere in ground. Oh, and what do you guys think about those calanchos? Do they just need to be pruned? Is that what I'm missing here? The idea is to put that, look at those happy yellows. And I feel like that still keeps going with like the color we had over here. Obviously we've had this color. And then we got those Vinkas. And I think that'll just be cute. So let's, oh, come on, hose. Don't give up on me here. All right, so let's start with the middle. We're gonna pull back soil. Wow, it's just like dusty in here. Just dusty as all get out. Okay, so let's take our one coreopsis. We're just gonna set you right in here. Should I dig the hole deeper or should I add soil on top? What are we feeling? I could dig a little deeper. We got a nice puddle going for it to absorb. Yeah, we'll go a little deeper. Right there, that's probably good. And then once I add the other three. So with this time, you know how usually I'm like 1, 2, 3. So since this is kind of like this angle, you see the patio there? I have like a beautiful view, just a beautiful view from right there. I love sitting over on the patio and I just keep looking at my flowers. So I think I want to put 1, 2, 3. I think 1, 2, 3. I think that's it, right? Let's try that. I'm gonna grab these little guys. I'm actually, you know what? I was like, I feel like a very anti-Vinka person. Ah! Not setting it on my okra. It's like my theme of the day. Do not crush the okra while you try to put the flowers in. So we got 1. So we're gonna do like 1 there. 1. Come on, out you go. Boop, boop. Or should maybe go this way. 1 here. Okay, so we'll do 1 up front. Do we feel good about those colors? I'm feeling good. I think I'm feeling good. I think today I'm just tired. The kids had a field day and I was at it. And that was 3 hours in direct sunlight. So I'm not really, my brain is like literally mush at the moment. All right, so we can get you in there. That was pretty easy. I like an easy project today. And this is a giant mud puddle, and you know what? That's great because y'all need to hydrate. I need to hydrate. And then we gotta go 1, 2, 3. But what we do also need to do is I need to add soil because, okay. So you can give the Angelonia a drink. I think this one, I'm feeling like it's probably a pruning. So I researched, I was a good girl, and I researched Angelonias and pruning, delphiniums and pruning, and foxgloves and pruning, and ageratums and pruning. I did not, at that time, I don't think I thought that calanchos looked less than ideal, so I didn't even think to look up calanchos. So I will have to do that. My gut's saying yes, prune these guys. They look crusty and sad. But I do like this color combination. We all know Jacqueline's in her pink era right now. We're not gonna plant the other stuff today. Heck no. Too much time out in the sun at the school field day. So right now we just need to get this pot done. I guess I'll be getting a new ready set pot for that other location over there because dang. But that's cute. Here, let me show you guys. Nope, don't tip that over. What do you guys think? I think this is looking really cute. The Angelonias with the Calambrochas, the zinnias with the Coreopsis, and then our Sunpatiens with the calanchos. Calanchos are kind of hidden right now. And then our giant sunflowers up above. I think this is looking really cute. I can tell you the monarchs have been loving this area, and I'm excited to keep integrating more and more flowers back here. So this is just the beginning of more and more flowers. I know we've been doing a lot of like pots, flip a pot, flop, flip a pot. But on the road, down the road, these ferns, they're gonna go, and we're gonna put in some perennial natives, but that is not for the summertime. We are not doing that project. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this gave you a lot of ideas and inspiration for some flowers that you can plant in June. If you have other ideas and other recommendations, of course, let us know, because I'm learning, you're learning, and we're just all enjoying our time together. And if you want to see last month's project, you can go ahead and check it out right here. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.